Hi, my name is Calandrino. I'm a senior and I'm with CBA Digital Media. Today, we will be talking about the 2024 NFL Draft, which is in 10 days. The draft is one of my favorite events in all of sports, really. Split between 3 days. Thursday will be round 1. Friday will be rounds 2 and 3, and Saturday will be 4 through 7. Personally, as a Giants fan, I'm hoping they can get an offensive difference maker. But all in all, the draft's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
The time has finally come. In 10 days, the NFL Draft will start with the Bears on the clock, looking to turn their franchise around with new GM Ryan Poles.
Nick, I think it's very clear who will go first overall. As much as I don't have confidence that he'll be the best player to come out of this draft, Caleb Williams is a great player. There are definitely doubts about his ability in big games, and that's why I don't feel he'll be the best to come out of this draft. But how do you feel, Nick?
Yeah, personally, I think the draft starts with pick 2, with the Commanders having a tough selection between LSU Heisman winner Jaden Daniels, UNC's quarterback Drake May, or even Michigan's quarterback J.J. McCarthy. I believe that Daniels and May are ahead of McCarthy, but there has been no bigger riser than McCarthy's championship run with Michigan.
Yeah, I think that May is probably the best of those three, but Jaden Daniels will likely be the highest drafted because teams will see that he won the Heisman. McCarthy, in my opinion, should not even be in the conversation with the other two, but if he ends up falling below 10 and you need a quarterback, I feel like you have to take him.
Yeah, as a Giants fan, I really want them to target an offensive weapon, or ideally get one of the top quarterbacks. I'm not sure if I want the Giants to go out and get McCarthy due to his lack of skill set being shown at the collegiate level, but I'm not sure if Daniels or May will be there. If we get a wide receiver, I would solely focus on Marv, or Malik Neighbors with a small chance of Rome Odunze, but he's my wide receiver 3.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. There isn't really much of a debate over the real order of those three, or even that those three will be the top quarterbacks in the class, but yeah.
Also, with me being a Giants fan, I'm interested with what the Jets are going to do. They've taken an all-in approach this offseason with most likely Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh's jobs being on the line, so I totally expect an offensive difference maker. They desperately need an offensive tackle, but past that need a bit with the addition of Tyron Smith. The two names I expect them to look at deeply are Georgia's tight end Brock Bowers, potentially the best offensive weapon in the draft, and Washington wide receiver Rome Odunze. However, if they do go offensive tackle, look at Notre Dame's Joe Alt, Penn State's Olu Fashanu, or Oregon State's Tyrese Fuaga.
All right, let's start our sleeper section. I have to say that mine is Iowa's punter Tory Taylor. He won't go anywhere in the first 2 days of the draft, but I think that Taylor is arguably the greatest punter in the history of college football. He broke almost every record possible for a punter. And, you know, it's a necessity to have a good punter when you look at the X's and O's, but it's been overlooked by NFL scouts in the past. So hopefully Taylor is not a recipient of the bias this year and is able to go in round 5 or 6, which is where, accounting for the bias, in my opinion, he should be.
Yeah, I love that unique selection. Although punters are not valued, if you can ensure that the other team is getting the ball inside the 20 or even the 10, that is incredibly valuable. My favorite draft day sleeper, staying in the same state, is Iowa State's cornerback TJ Tampa. He has amazing size at 6'2", and I believe he's going to be an excellent boundary corner in the NFL for the next 7 to 10 years. He's a press man corner who is very physical and uses his rare speed for his height as an advantage, and I would expect him to be off the board in round 2, around pick 35 to 50. The team to watch out for, again, is the New York Giants, who desperately need an outside corner next to rookie standout Deontay Banks, who was the Giants' first-round pick in 2023 at pick 25.
I'm sitting here on a street. It's Nate Ryan. I mean, the NFL draft's in 9 days.
Yeah, it is.
All right, who are your top 3 players on your big board?
Number 1 on my big board is Ohio State's Marvin Harrison Jr. He's been one of the consensus top wide receivers in college football the last couple of years. He comes from an NFL legacy, which is just a little bit extra on top of his resume. He's the most well-rounded prospect in the entire class. He can run routes. He can get go balls. Like, you throw a contested ball, there's a good chance he's coming down with it. He's got good athleticism. if you want to critique him, you could say that his after the catch ability isn't as great as other guys in this class, like Malik Neighbors, who's most people number 2 or 3 receiver, but Marvin is without a doubt my top guy right now. Behind him, I'll put Georgia's tight end Brock Bowers, who is more of a H-back style player, where you can put him really anywhere. You can put him in the slot, you can put him at tight end. He can block pretty well. He's not the greatest blocker in the world, but he's not a complete liability. He's an incredible athlete. Where he really specializes is after the catch. Most tight ends in the league, they don't really work a lot after the catch, but Bowers, that's really the top of his skill set. That's what he's the best at. And for the last couple of years, we've just been waiting for this guy to hit the draft, and he's easily the best prospect we've seen since Florida's Kyle Pitts in 2021. And then my number 3, I have to say, I'm completely enamored by USC's Caleb Williams. I vividly remember his first game when he played for Oklahoma, took over for Spencer Rattler after a disappointing performance and led them to a comeback win, which was absolutely astounding. And ever since then, he's been one of the top prospects in college football. For me, he's the best quarterback prospect we've seen since Trevor Lawrence, who similarly had a career where he came in as a freshman, shocked everyone, and we knew for years that he was going to be the top guy. Caleb gets it done, out of structure, in structure. His throws on the run are amazing, and I think his stats would have been better had he went to a different school. I mean, the USC supporting cast was not terrible, but compared to other schools around the nation, it's really not the best, and I think at the NFL level, he's going to do amazing things.
Thank you.